Hello everyone and welcome to the December 2022 Energetic Insights. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Depika Mystery and I'm an intuitive guide, energy healer, coach and a consultant. And for over 3 years now, I've been sharing these insights on a month-by-month basis, and it's really geared up for those of you that are becoming more and more consciously aware of your intuitive and energetic abilities and are looking for some practical guidance to help you to navigate your way through. So if that sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. So how are you all doing? Wow, the energies have been so intense. That's one of the reasons why this insights is a little bit late, because I have been feeling it, and I'm sure many of you guys have also been feeling it. December feels very much like an ending to everything that we have been going through, because the energies of 2023 feel very different once again. So what I was getting is like that in December we are reaching this peak, or we've reached this peak, and the guides basically say we've reached this peak of let me just try again. We have reached a peak of a turning point stroke transition. Will you continue as is, or will you allow yourself to fall and be caught by the universe? So that was a direct message from the guides, and it kind of feels like that. There's some of us that are resisting this kind of free fall and knowing that the universe will catch us without actually knowing that the universe is going to catch us. And then there's some of us that are just kind of caught and wanting to do the same thing over and over again. So December is going to be about choices, about decisions, and there is no right or wrong. You just got to do what feels right for you in that moment, knowing that in another moment it may feel completely different and you may want to change your choice. That is absolutely okay, because December really feels like a month where we're kind of dusting ourselves off, kind of, if we've fallen over, we tripped over ourselves in the last couple of months, we're kind of standing back up and dusting ourselves off, and there's a sense of resetting, recalibration, and a redefining, as well as a retuning. It's like we're getting retuned to another energy, to another frequency of energy, I would say. And much of this, it's taking place on a more of an energetic level rather than a physical level. So we may not see the changes tangibly in the physical level. However, many of you will, but some of us won't at this point. But a lot of it is being done on an energetic level, on a more unconscious level, but we will feel the shifts on a conscious level. So what the guides were also saying, this is a really great month to practice mindfulness through the body. So whether it is doing yoga, doing Pilates, swimming, shaking, dancing, anything that allows you to reconnect with your body and allows you to move through the energies of this month through your body. So you're not doing it just in your mind, but you're doing it mindfully through your body. So that will help the integration process that is also taking place this month. All right, it is a big month ahead, and before I go into the themes of this month, let's take a moment to recap the themes for November. So the 4 key themes in November were energy leaks, decompress, karmic release, and activating dreams. Once again, if any of those themes resonate with you, do go back and watch the November insights, and also do check out the October ones, because I think this massive shift in energy that we've been experiencing over the last couple of months really kind of took off in October, and we reached like a crescendo point in November, and then December is like almost like this kind of, if it was a 3-part musical piece, October was the beginning, November was the middle where we reached a crescendo point, and December is like the ending of it. So yeah, it's a big month again, but just know that 2023 is going to feel very different, and there's a much more peaceful energy and a calming energy that's coming through. So one more month, guys, one more month. All right, let's move on to the first theme for this month, and the first theme is called heart opening and grief. And before I kind of go into and sharing what's coming up intuitively for you, for me, for you guys, I'm going to read a direct message from the guys, because as I was tuning into this energy, they literally just wrote through my hands. So I just wanted to share that with you first, and then go into a little bit more about, how I'm kind of intuiting this energy for this month. So the message from the guides were: as you start to transition into the being you have come here to be, your hearts will open. When your heart opens, initially there is a release of all the stuff, thoughts, emotions, energy that has been held there for safekeeping. To allow yourself to grieve for what could have been, what you have lost or release, for the life changes you have gone through. You are not going back to where you have come from. Those of you that are ready are about to embark on a journey that have been divinely orchestrated. So that was a direct message from the guides, and what I'm getting from that is that we are, as I said earlier, we've reached this peak in this turning point, transitional point, and we're not going back. We're moving forward into something that is unknown to many of us, but it's also very divinely orchestrated, and which requires a real deep level of trust and knowing within yourself, which, you know, let's face it, we're human beings and we like to see the facts. We like to have tangible things. This is all in the intangible. So for some of us, we're going to be grappling with that. And the other thing around the heart opening energy is that it is very, very expansive. So if you think about it as when you expand your level of awareness, you become aware of all the things that you weren't aware of in the little bubble that you're in. So you're kind of expanding your bubble. And when you expand your bubble, you become aware of things that were outside of your bubble now have become inside of your bubble. So it's releasing that, but this is not going to be, it's going to be quite fast. So it's going to be fast and very, very intense. And what the guides were saying is feel what you need to feel. Throw yourself a pity party and don't try to be anywhere else but other than where you are in that moment. So the more present you can be in the moment, the easier you'll be able to navigate these transitional changes that are going through with this heart opening and grief energy. So many of us also, you know, we bury a lot within our hearts. We don't allow ourselves to process. A lot of that is because of the way that we've been raised, because of what society says, or, you know, crying is bad, feeling your emotions is bad. You need to think logically, because all of those programs that we've had, we've kind of learned to bury our grief. And we often look at grief as when we've lost a loved one, but grief comes in many shapes and different sizes for each and every one of us. Grief could be a decision that you made that was better for you. Maybe you decided to change jobs, and changing jobs, you didn't realize, you didn't allow yourself to grieve the loss of the job that you did have, even though you're really, really happy with the new job that you have got. Grief could be also moving locations, moving houses. Grief could be anything where we've had changes in our life that we've consciously made, like really good, positive changes, but also grief is tied in with that, but we never really allow ourselves to grieve. So this heart opening energy is really focusing on the energy of grief and allowing us to access that. So we may start to experience things in our current life right now in the present moment that allows us to access past grief and allows us to release it. The guides were also saying that the transitional change takes place in the present moment, not in the past and not in the future. It is in the now. So the more present you can be, the easier you'll be able to transition and navigate through these transitional changes that is going on with the heart opening and the grief energy. And there isn't anything specifically that we need to do, right? The guides are saying, you know, just allow yourself to open your hearts to new possibilities. So for our mind, it's like, what the F does that even mean? I mean, I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm trying. And they're just saying what you'll notice is that you find yourself new ways of relating to people that you're in a relationship with, or you have friendships with, or your work colleagues. You may find that new relationships are coming up, or you find even better, a new way of relating to yourself, and new ways of seeing yourself, and new ways of seeing the world around you. Your perspectives might change. You might get new insights into your gifts and your abilities. You might find that you have new beliefs that are coming up to the surface, or new ways of thinking. So all of these things will feel new, but on a human level, it will feel very, very new. But on a soul level, it is old. It is really, really, really ancient. And what I'm getting right now is that we're really, really connecting to that soul essence within us and bringing a lot of our own energy forward. So This heart opening grief, although it may be painful for many of us, know that it's also helping us to connect deeper with ourselves and our soul energy. And with that connection, part of, for many of us, our purpose is to bring that soul energy through our human being and into our human experience. So it's an integration of the energies, the energetics, and the unseen world and the seen world. So you're really bringing the intangible and the tangible together into one. So I feel that this is a theme that is moving throughout this month, and I feel it's going to be quite big in 2023 as well. Okay, let's move on to the second theme for this month. Oh, I love this one because I've so been feeling it. The second theme this month is called fire energy, and I know I've definitely been feeling this, and it is wild, I have to say. And many of us will feel this fire energy kind of really churning inside of us, and it'll feel like it's coming from our solar plexus and moving right into our heart and expanding out through our heart. And the guys were saying that this is like an accelerant, a propellant, and it's helping us to move forward. So if you're finding yourself suppressing that fire energy because you're afraid of it, or you're afraid of how people are going to react, just give yourself some time to just be with it. So maybe it's being with it in meditation, putting your hands on your solar plexus and saying, hello, fire energy. How are you doing today? I'm a little bit scared of you, but I trust you. Can you be gentle with me? And so that you have this two-way dialogue with this fire energy, so you don't feel too overwhelmed by it, or you don't feel like you're overreacting to it as well, because that could be the shadow effect of this energy as well. But the way in which it's moving us forward is actually bringing forth the dreams that we've never, the dreams and the desires that we've never really experienced in our reality. They will be, many of us are going to have this kind of revelations of our deepest desires and yearnings, things that we know we kind of tucked away in the corner because life took over and we didn't think it was possible for us in this lifetime. And those yearning and desires, it's almost like these switches are going on, and this fire energy is really kind of churning it. And it's a beautiful, when I look at it, it's a really beautiful golden red, yellow, and this kind of really coral orange in there that's swirling around, and it's got this kind of glittery effect, and it's really kind of moving from our base chakra, really sitting in our solar plexus, and then expanding out through our hearts and expanding out through our hearts. So it's very much linked to the heart opening energy, because when our hearts are open, the more of that heart energy can come out, and this fire energy integrates with that heart energy as well. So it is incredibly powerful energy this month. And what the guides were saying, let your desires and let your yearnings be your guiding force, and trust in them, even if it doesn't make any sense to your logical mind. Don't overthink it. And as I said before, we can make choices at any given moment in time. We can turn direction. It's like if we're walking down the street and one moment we think, actually, I don't really want to go this way, I want to go another way. That is okay to do. And same here. All because you made a decision in one moment doesn't mean that you have to stick to that decision when you come to another moment and you realize, well, hang on a second, this doesn't really feel right to me. I want to kind of change directions and go in a different direction. That is okay. And give yourself the permission to do that, because what you're doing in that moment is you're really trusting yourself and you're trusting your own inner navigation system. And this is what the fire energy is kind of bringing online for us. And for many of us, I'm actually quite excited by this, because there is a sense of excitement. There is a sense of connecting with our personal power and our soul's essence, which many of us have been yearning for. So, if you felt like, hang on, I'm looking for something in life, and you've looked externally, maybe you looked in a job, maybe you looked in a relationship, maybe you looked in different locations, and you've been seeking something, but you haven't yet quite found it. And what that is this energy is going to help us to really connect with what we're seeking. And what we're really seeking is that connection with ourselves, connection with our soul's essence, and allowing that soul's essence and that soul energy to kind of come through us. The thing about this fire energy as well is that it's going to cause people around us to react, or because it's very, very fiery, and people around us will react. They may start to retaliate and push back in some ways. And This may make you want to feel like you want to curl up in a little ball and tuck that fire energy away or put it back inside you. And the guides have a direct message here. If you are feeling that kind of retaliation or that kind of pushback to it, you know, again, you can sit down in meditation and reconnect with that fire energy and be with it, with yourself. But the guides want to remind you, and here's another direct message from them. They said, remember, the fire energy within you is meant to move through you and awaken you. As you awaken, the fire energy ignites the fire energy in those that you meet and the places that you visit. In turn, awakening and reconnecting us all with our personal power and our unique soul essence. So there is a purpose behind that. So really stand strong in this fire energy, and you can almost do like a really quick check-in every day and allow yourself to give yourself that permission to connect with that fire energy and allow that to be your guiding force as you move through this month. All right, let's move on to the third themes. Oh my goodness. Gosh, I know I'm definitely feeling this. And I know that when I've spoken to a number of my friends, they are also very much feeling this energy. And this energy for the third theme is called endings and beginnings. And really the circle of life is in full force right now. The old ways of being, thinking and doing are really being cleared out at the moment. And it's really, really natural to feel completely and utterly unbalanced by it, scared of it, feel that your whole world is turning upside down, it's being rocked, and it is emotional. It really is emotional. Like any endings, you are having to say goodbye. And goodbyes are not easy for many of us. So really, 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 really take care of yourself this month as you go through this endings and beginnings energy. You know, be kind and gentle with yourself. And the guides want to remind you that you haven't done anything wrong. You are not being punished, which can be really, 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 really easy to feel when we're kind of going through this endings and beginnings. What they're also saying is that you are just going through an energetic birthing canal, which I found that message, energetic birthing canal, really, really, really powerful. Very much like, you know, being a baby within the womb of your mother. That is safe, that is nurturing. You know, as you're that fetus, that is all that you know, then all of a sudden you're being pushed down this birthing canal and you're coming out in a whole new world. A whole new world that you've not experienced, you've never ever been in. All you've been in is in that womb. So it's going to feel very, 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 very intense, but also trust in yourself, you know, trust in the process, trust that you are going to be okay. And even though that you don't even know how you're going to be okay, trust that you are going to be okay. And what the guides are also saying, it does require a deep level of trust in the process and to surrendering into something where you have no idea what is, where it is leading. But what they remind us of is, you know, the guides were saying that a lot of this, although that we've never actually experienced it in our physical realities, we have already connected to it in the energetic realms, in the intangibles. So what's happening right now with the endings and beginning is that new life is forming, and it's forming in the physical reality. So that's why it's really, really intense, because it's not like we're moving from one energetic frequency to another. We're moving from one energetic frequency to another, but through our physical beings, bodies and beings. And that's why, you know, it's really important this month to practice that mindfulness through your body. Because we are bringing something new through into the physical reality that has never existed before, but it has existed in our energetic reality. So what the guides are saying is to remember you are stronger and more resilient than you think you are. You are built for these times of great transformation and transition. So no matter what you think about yourself, no matter what life you've lived, you are here for a reason. You have a purpose. And you are built for these times of great, great transformation and transition. And many of us, we may not be feeling it on a collective level. We will be feeling it on a personal level. And some of us, it's natural to want to check out. It's natural to want to hide under the covers. Do it. Throw yourself that pity party. It is not easy. It is hard. And it's okay to admit that it is hard as well. But it's really, really, really important to be kinder and compassionate to yourself. And this is really another way, this endings and beginning is bringing a whole new level, again with the heart energy, a whole new level of love, kindness and compassion through to us, for ourselves. And as we become kinder and more compassionate to ourselves, the greater we can have that kindness and compassion for others around us as well. All right, let's move on to the fourth and final theme for this month. And this theme is really it's in alignment with everything else this month, and it's called falling away. So, what this is going to feel like this month for many of us is, pieces of our old aspects are starting to melt away, to fall away. We realize actually, we're no longer who we used to be. We no longer think the way that we used to be. We may not be able to relate to those around us in the way that we used to be. And it's not something that is a push or pull sensation. It's almost like just something like the leaves of the tree falling away in autumn. That's the image that I'm getting. Like things are just naturally falling away. And the key thing here is the other image that I'm getting at the moment. This guide said, don't hold on to it too tightly. Let it fall away. What's meant to fall away will fall away. What's meant to stay will stay. So again, it's about letting go of control, letting go of what you think is right for you, and allowing the universe to kind of guide you through this. So it's going to reveal this kind of falling away sensation. It's going to reveal a deeper connection with yourself. Because if you think about it, many of us, there's a lot of noise in our energy field, in our minds, in our hearts, in our everyday busy life. So when things start to fall away, there's more space that is going to be created. As we get more space, we have a greater chance to connect with ourselves. And more space also means that there's going to be greater clarity for many of us. And with this falling away, whether we want it or not, there is this really deep sense of energy of peace that is coming through. And I feel that energy of peace is going to be really, really, really big in 2023. And there's a sense of compassion and calmness and kindness for self and others, which I've spoke about in in the last theme as well. And this energy here around the falling away is very, 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 very gentle. And it's, if you think about a tree in autumn, all the leaves don't fall off at once. They fall off one at a time. And I'm just looking outside right now to my tree over there. Those of you that know, my tree over there is called Dolores. And I still see like leaves on her branches still. So it's very frosty here in the UK today, and very, very, very cold. And there's still a few leaves still on there. But if you think about the fullness of a tree in the summer months, and then eventually towards the end of summer, you start to see some of the leaves fall off. And then in the autumn months, you start to see even more of the leaves fall off. And then we're in the winter months now, and there's still a few leaves still hanging on. So just think about it in that way, that what needs to kind of fall off will fall off. And again, this goes back to the endings and beginnings, and this sense of, the life cycle in full force. And there's something here. Let me just check this. They're basically, guys are saying this falling away is a very gentle but purposeful energy, and will be moving through us. And I've said this already, will be moving through us this month and into 2023. They're saying there's also a greater power in the softness. So many of us that have always been need to control and push things and force things to have things forward, and having this kind of hard edge. But the guides are saying that the power and the greatness is actually in the softness going forward. So it's going to be more gentle and less forceful. So think about, if you're struggling with something, just think about how can you be a bit more softer? How can you be a bit more gentler? And allow yourself, what does softness and what does soft and gentle feel like in your body? And allow yourself to kind of connect with those energies and allow those energies to kind of move through you as you go through the end of this year. So that is it for this month. Thank you so much for watching these insights, and thank you so much for all of you new subscribers, those of you that are watching this on every month on YouTube. I'm so sorry this one was a bit late this month. But please do go ahead, if you have enjoyed it, please do go ahead and share it with your loved ones, your friends, your family, your colleagues. Feel free to comment below and give us a heart, or on Instagram or Facebook, or thumbs up on YouTube. And if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do go ahead and subscribe, and you'll get a notification when these insights come out and the new meditations that I'll be doing in the new year. And then if you're looking for additional support this month, or you're looking to start the new year fresh, come and join the energetic alignment session. That is the group healing journeys, and that is taking place on Sunday the 1st of January at our usual time at 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 10 a.m. Pacific. And the theme for that is endings and beginnings. So I just feel that what we will do in that session is really kind of close the energies of the last couple of months, the intensities of the last month, and bring through this new, more peaceful energy that is waiting for us and waiting to come in for the year ahead. So for now, thank you all for watching this, and gosh, I'm going to see you guys next in 2023. So wishing you all, those of you that celebrate it, a happy Christmas, happy holidays, and a happy new year. And I will see you in the new year. Take care for now.